What is going on, people inside that internet machine? Welcome to the 2024 channel update video. Okay, so I hope that your 2024 is going awesome. I try and do a channel update video every year. I think it's important. Kind of keep the train on the tracks, give you some place to start and some place hopefully to finish. And yeah, so I think it's sort of a way you can maybe stay focused for the year. But in 2023, you know, I stopped doing the trade show and we didn't do a 5 channels under 1,000K that I think you should be watching, which is basically a shout out video that I used to do to help smaller channels, you know, gaming channels. If people are interested, I could probably do the trade show towards the end of the summer. I don't know. We usually have a good time with the trade show, but yeah, I just didn't get to it last year. And I think with some of these update videos, it's like you watch mine from last year. It's like, oh, I'm gonna thin out my collection and do all these things, but by March or April, you know, you just kind of forget about it and never do it. So we'll talk about that when we get to collecting goals and whatever. But yeah, I did start making a couple of hidden gems videos, and those got like 1,000+ view videos. I did 4 of them, 3 for the PlayStation 4, 1 for the PS2. People seem to respond well to those, so I'll probably make a couple more of those this year. I got my eye on PlayStation 3 to do first, and maybe another PS2 hidden gems. I don't know, I have to kind of play it by ear. But you know, the channel is sort of built on pickup videos, and here it's really garage sale season is when the majority of the pickup videos happen. And I really don't want to go out and like just buy a bunch of stuff, force a pickup video, you know, because oh, it's coming to the end of the week, I need to buy something for a pickup video. So it seems like every year the pickup videos get less and less and less. So let's sort of focus those in the spring and in the summer, and maybe do the other videos when it gets cold outside, which is at least my plan. Yeah, so like I said, if we want to do the trade show, we can do that at the end of the summer. So if you watch Hudson Hawk, you know that happiness comes from the achieving of goals. So we always have some goals that we want to do this year, channel goals. I never really focus on a subscriber goal or get so many followers on social media goal. I just sort of let things happen organically. I'm very happy with where my subscriber count is. I'm happy with the participation that you guys have in the videos, leaving comments and things like that. So, yeah, you know, it gets to a time where it's like, it becomes football season, and then I kind of stop playing games. I get unmotivated because I just want to watch football. But yeah, I don't really do a lot of channel-based goals when it comes to growth or whatever. You guys have been around long enough, you know how I roll. But along with that, you know, reselling is a part of this now. So I am looking for followers for eBay. I'm at 71. I'm trying to get to 100 followers. So if you just want to follow me on eBay, that's awesome. But I post new stuff all the time. I just posted like $700 worth of makeup stuff. So, but that's a part of this, right? Is to sell stuff, then you have money to buy things that you want to buy for the collection. It's just the way it has to be done nowadays. But yeah, so those are really the channel goals. Nothing too crazy, but I always say like, I want to live stream, but then I never do, just time and stuff like that. But yeah, not really a lot of channel goals. So gaming goals. Every year my gaming goals are really the same. I try to beat between 12 and 24 new games. New games isn't go out and buy brand new games. It's you know, games that we have around that you never played before, or maybe you started, never finished. Try and get through those. I think that's reasonable. That's 1 or 2 games a month, depending on the length of the game. But yeah, the last couple of years, I've blown past that. I did 50 2 years ago, 50 something, and then 44 last year. This year I'm already at 8 games, so I don't think we'll have any problems getting to 12 games to 24 games for the year. I've got Heavy Barrel in the top loader right now, which I'm going to play after. But I thought it'd be cool to have some sub goals. So my first sub goal here is to beat 3 Nintendo military style games, which is why Heavy Barrel's in there. Back in the day, Gamer was doing this last year. Oh, I beat all these military games. So I thought I could beat 3 military NES games this year. And the second sub goal is try to get within striking distance of getting to 100 Nintendo games beat. Right now I'm at 80. I don't think I'll beat 20 more Nintendo games, but if we can get, 7 or 8 more and get within like 10 or 12-ish, we should be able to do that in 2025, which would be great. So it's more of a setup goal than it is actually getting to 100, but you never know. I may go on a rampage. And the last goal is to beat 1 game on 3 consoles I never play, and in parentheses I put exotic consoles. Listen to my exotic consoles. These are the consoles I consider to be exotic, like a Polynesian treat. TurboGrafx 16, Master System, Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance, Saturn, and Dreamcast. So the sub goal there is to beat 1 game on any 3 of those consoles. We already wrapped up TurboGrafx 16. I beat 2 games on TurboGrafx 16. Might pop in a Master System later this year. Get through Fantasy Zone, which will be great because I do like shooters. But those are my gaming goals and my sub goals for 2024. So collecting goals. What are my collecting goals for 2024? Well, as I get older, I'm appreciative of all the stuff that I had. I had a good about 10-year run of finding games and sourcing games and trading games and being able to get games for the price that I was comfortable with, that I don't really feel the need to go out and just collect anymore. I'm always on the lookout for those 3 Nintendo games that I need to complete my childhood collection: Darkman, Tecmo Cup Soccer, and Casino Kid 3. Those are really the only 3 games that I would say that I need, because that fills out my childhood NES collection. I think that would be baller. But I said this last year and didn't do it, but this year I will do it. It is thinning the herd. I have so many games on so many consoles that I never play, nor do I intend on playing, and it's really time to either trade them away, sell them, pass them on, do whatever. So I've got some sub goals for collecting. And the first one is I still want to collect Nintendo, Super Nintendo, PS2, and PS4. Those are my 4 main consoles. I love those consoles to death, and I still want to collect for those consoles. I still enjoy them and still enjoy having them. So sub goal number 1, clean out the PlayStation 1 collection by the end of March. So I'm going to clean out my PS1 collection, everything that I don't want in my PS1 collection. I'm going to take a picture of it and post it on Facebook. Sub goal number 2, clean out the Sega Saturn, Sega Dreamcast collection by the end of June. Sub goal number 3, clean out Wii, Game Boy, Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance collection by the end of August. And I should have like a tub of games to bring to a trade show if we do that. The other thing is, and this one was a heartbreaker, got to make hard decisions, clean out the Nintendo 64 collection by the end of December. Now, at one time I wanted to go for a complete Nintendo 64 collection. There's like 300 games, not counting the variants and not for resales and all that stuff. But I don't have the ambition to get every Nintendo 64 game, all the sports games, racing games, fishing games. So, and I have a lot of that stuff. So if someone does collect N64 and you want to do the trade show, we trade those for like Nintendo sports games, right? You got some of those games you want to get rid of, we can kind of do it that way. Here's the other goal, and this is probably the most important. Limit the impulse buys. Ask the question, do I absolutely need this in my collection? And if the answer is no, and it's not the price that I'm looking for, then we're definitely not going to add that. And I also need to do that with my toy channel stuff too, because sometimes it's like, oh man, these Lego sets are on sale, so I'll buy 10 of them or something, But other than the 3 Nintendo games I'm looking for, that's really all the collecting goals that I need. I do have some ads that I want to add. I want to add some N64 Fantastic controllers that I'm missing. Ice Blue, Grape Purple, and then I traded Carly years ago for a Fire Orange N64. I need a controller for that. So maybe those 3 controllers are things that I want to add to the collection, but just so I can complete those consoles. But there aren't really any games specifically that I'm looking at. And what was really sort of interesting is last year I kept a spreadsheet. I'll go over last year's spreadsheet at the end of all the games that I added to the collection and how I got those games in the collection. And I tracked all the money I spent. So yeah, really this year, thinning out the collection, being appreciative of what I have, play through the games on my backlog, and that's how I'm going to handle my collecting in 2024. So I've always considered game collecting as a high impact hobby. All right. And what I mean by that is that we put a lot of effort and energy and resources into finding games, trading games, selling games, beating the games, making the videos, testing games. Like it is very high impact. It's easy to get burnout on YouTube or get burnout on gaming in general, but to be honest, mental health is good. I don't really feel burnt out of YouTube. I did a couple years ago where I was trying to force out a video every single week. Now I just sort of let the content come to me that I want to create, whether it's a pickup video or, if I don't have anything, it's like, let me pull up my box copy of whatever and do a what's in the box, just to keep some content going. But I think that 2024, and maybe some of you agree, maybe some of you disagree, I think 2024 is going to be a really good year for stop buying games, start playing games. I made a video where I was talking about retro game collectors specifically sort of being crybabies about game prices are too high and it's hard to find this stuff. And it is, those are all true statements. But most of us have huge bookshelves or totes or rooms of games that we never play. So we can save a bunch of money by playing the games that we have. And quite honestly, the landscape of gaming is sort of becoming intolerable, in my opinion, because they want to go digital. They want to get rid of physical media, and that's fine. I'm completely out on digital. I like it as an option. Like if I want to buy a game physical, or you want to just download the game, I have no problem with it being just an option. But when we go to all digital, I'm going to be out. There's a game that I want to buy so bad. It's Horizon Chase Turbo 2. It's on the Switch. It's $25. It's download only. I love that racing game, but it's digital only. I'm not buying it because the second I buy it, then they'll make a physical release of Chase 1 and Chase 2. You know what I mean? Like it's so crazy. I can't even explain it in words. Maybe I'll write down some thoughts and I'll get back to you on that, but I don't like the way gaming is going. I'm perfectly happy playing my PlayStation 4 and all the way back to Nintendo and Atari. So the need to buy games is really way down for me this year. But yeah, personally a good place, professionally in a good place. And I don't feel burnt out at all. I really enjoy making videos and playing games, which is always awesome. You guys do the same thing. And I like that we share our experiences when it comes to the hobby. So yeah, personally, we're all good to go. So I got my new laptop that my wife got me. I got my spreadsheet where I keep track of all the games that I bought. Now, I spent less money than I actually thought I spent. I added 85 games to the collection last year, and that's actually 84 because I sent Ninja Warriors to Mr. Matthews, who sent me a 20-pound box of vintage Micro Machines. I'll leave a link down below if you want to check out that. And I guess it just sort of out-of-pocket costs. I spent $169 on games and gaming-related items. And my 3 gaming-related items, Ninja Gaiden Dragon Sword case only. I got that from Mr. Matthews. I paid $50 for the case and manual for Team Buddies on PlayStation 1, which I think most people would pay that for. I found it on eBay. And then the other item that was in here was Sega 6-button controller, which we got from Retro Tiburon, which was nice, man. That really helped out. But the games that I actually paid for, Cruisin' Blast on the Switch, $20 at Walmart. We got F1 Championship Edition on PS3, paid $5 for that. $15 for, what we got here? Spider-Man, Lost Luggage, and Enduro on the Atari. They were $5 a piece. Fantastic Four: Rise of the Silver Surfer on PS2 with the comic, $4. Rocket Knight Adventures was $45. That was another big purchase. That's $95 on 2 items. $15, Tomb Raider Anniversary Collection, got that at Maxine's. Maximo Ghost of Glory, got that for 15 bucks at Maxine's. And the rest of the stuff, man, I got in trade, or I got in a lot, or I sold part of the lot. But yeah, we got some games from Retro Tiburon, Crew Ball, Royal Rumble, NHL 94 on the Genesis. Most of it's trade credit or like $5. My GameStop reward, so I guess if you want to add that in there. Usually I trade in the more stuff that pays for that. So really the $5 monthly thing is out of pocket for me. But if you want to throw that on there, you totally can. So I spent $169 out of pocket, with 50 of that being the case for Team Buddies, which I think is pretty good. We did get a couple janky, I guess, Game Gear lots in there. One of my coworkers gifted me a Game Gear, so we got all those for free. And then I bought a Game Gear lot, sold the Game Gear, kept a bunch of games like you know, Crash Test Dummies, baseball, Madden, NBA Jam. You know, not great games, but I added them to the list. So I thought that was really eye-opening to keep a list of the games that we add to the collection and how much that cost out of pocket, just as a way to keep myself in check, to stop overspending. So you guys should probably do that if maybe your spending habits are a little like mine, where it's like, oh, I need that. Oh, it's a good price. Oh man, that completes that little subset. Kind of keeps you on point, lets you know what you're spending, where you're spending it, and how you're spending it. So those were the games that I added to the collection in 2023. Before we get out of here, I just got some quick pickups, and we'll get out of here. But Goodwill, these were $1. Trying to do some Blu-ray. Hopefully we can find some more Blu-ray garage sales. Got Iron Man 3 for $1. Turns out I already had that one. Should have had my list handy. Amazing Spider-Man 2. My $5 monthly reward for January was Kingdom Hearts 3, which I think I already have, but it was the only game that was $5. Picked up Guerrilla War at Maxine's Bargain Box for 13 bucks. And then when was the last time you saw a PlayStation Vita game out in the wild? That was at More for Less General Store in Newark, and this was in their counter. So how much is a Vita game? I don't know, $5. Perfect. So it's bugging me that it's off center. So yeah, grabbed a Vita game. Vita is one of those consoles I've never actually owned. Like, I've never owned a Sega Nomad, a TurboGrafx Express, a TurboGrafx CD, a Neo Geo AES, or any of those. But yeah, pretty interesting to see a Vita game out there. So I don't know if anybody's interested in that. I might put it in the trade show pile. Quick pickups, channel update, man. Yeah, God, I'm looking at 2 boxes of PlayStation 1 games. Oh boy. Anyway, what are some of your gaming goals for 2024? Make sure that you leave a comment down below. Like, comment, subscribe, share on social media. Don't forget to bang that notification bell so you can stay up to date on all of your CM Retro gaming goodness. Guys, take care of yourselves, and we'll see you on the next one.